Welcome back to Touring History, the podcast that reminds you history isn't just old, it's unsettlingly familiar. I'm Alain Touring, and today is March 13th. Yes, you've made it to a Friday the 13th, so well done. And if you're tuning in while watching your retirement savings evaporate in what some economists are now calling the Tesla Chainsaw Massacre, this episode might help you feel better, unless you're Tesla stock. In that case, nothing will help. Let's start with some notable birthdays. Percival Lowell, born in 1855, was an astronomer whose theories helped lead to the discovery of Pluto. Though, fun twist, he never lived to see it confirmed. Kind of like pitching a Netflix series and then getting cancelled before the pilot airs. Adam Clayton, born in 1960, is the bassist for U2, a band that's been soundtracking dad workouts and Bono speeches since the 80s. And Emil Hirsch, born in 1985, who brought the wild-eyed, wanderlust energy to Into the Wild, aka, what happens when you take one semester of philosophy way too seriously. March 13th, 1781. William Herschel discovered Uranus, a planet that expanded our understanding of the solar system and gave generations of schoolchildren a lifetime supply of low-effort jokes. Yes, it's pronounced Uranus, but try telling that to a 12-year-old or a late-night TV show writer. Speaking of space, March 13th, 1930, saw Clyde Tombaugh announce the discovery of Pluto, kind of a birthday present to Percival Lowell. A proud moment that was later revoked by science when Pluto got demoted to dwarf planet. It's the cosmic equivalent of getting invited to the party, only to be told, actually, you're not cool enough. Please leave. And Percival, you need to return your 75th birthday present. March 13th, 1881. Tsar Alexander II of Russia was assassinated by a revolutionary group known as the People's Will. Ironically, he had just signed reforms giving people more freedom, proving that timing really is everything. His death ushered in the reign of Alexander III, less progressive, more tighten everything and glare at the peasants. March 13th, 1997. The Phoenix Lights incident, where thousands across Arizona witnessed mysterious lights in the sky. Was it aliens? Was it the military? Did another SpaceX rocket suffer a mid-air kinetic disassembly in flight? No one knows, but it remains one of the most widely reported UFO sightings in history. During World War II, on this day in 1943, German officers attempted to assassinate Adolf Hitler. Spoiler, they failed. Hitler lived, history went on disastrously, and we were left with one more tragic entry in the almost changed everything file. March 13th, 2008, Apple rolled out its first App Store ads, launching what we now know as modern mobile advertising. A world where there's an app for that quickly became there's a targeted ad stalking you for that. Still, it's a milestone if you like your shopping with a side of surveillance. Speaking of digital persuasion, here's a more current word from our sponsor.
Well, let's take a quick break and talk about something that's pretty life-changing, huh? It's possibly time-altering, and I'm talking about that specific coffee brand you just mentioned.
Time altering, Dave? Is this coffee or the Large Hadron Collider in a mug?
No, it's both, Lane. Bill and Jimmy's Atomic Coffee doesn't just wake you up. It launches you into a parallel dimension of productivity. I mean, it's incredible. One sip, and you're suddenly answering emails from your future self. There you go.
Yeah, and your future self is so disappointed you didn't start drinking it sooner.
Right. What's wrong with you? Exactly. This isn't your average cup of joe. This stuff is brewed from beans grown in volcanic soil under a full moon, while Bill and Jimmy personally chant motivational affirmations at them. Go, boys!
And let's not forget their secret ingredient,
Yes.
a mystical bean that allegedly passed through a black hole. That's not FDA approved, by the way.
Ooh, shh, don't talk about that. Yes, but who needs FDA approval when your coffee gives you the power to clean the house, crush your work deadlines, and finally start that underwater basket weaving business you've been dreaming of? Jim, what do you say?
Oh, oh, and the flavors. My favorite is the plutonium punch.
It's
It's
got a
got
punch.
this, it's got this, how do I describe it? A tickling your brain cells with a lightning bolt kind of vibe.
Ooh, I'm all a thunder. I'm more of a neutron nectar guy myself. Smooth and bold and scientifically proven to make your boss think you deserve a raise.
It's basically performance-enhancing drugs for your brain, but
That's
totally
right.
legal, probably.
Probably. So if you're tired of regular coffee that's just in keeping you awake, well, my friends, step up to Bill and Jimmy's Atomic Coffee. It doesn't just keep you awake, it makes you feel like you've been awake since yesterday.
Get your hands on some now. Just
Ah!
visit atomiccoffeeblast.com and use the promo code Nuclear Lane for 20% off your first order.
And don't do it twice. That's not right. That's atomiccoffeeblast.com. Promo code Nuclear Lane. Warning, side effects may include superhuman energy, hyperactivity, and a sudden urge to build a time machine along with visions of the Virgin Mary.
Bill and Jimmy's Atomic Coffee, because
Oh!
reality is overrated.
Mushroom cloud not included. Now, back to the show, where we think about things that will make you giggle. And when Lane drinks 3 cups of this stuff, woohoo!
Spoiler, I see the future and it's amazing.
That's right. Now back to the show.
And we're back. Let's continue our descent into historical déjà vu. March 13th, 2013. Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio was elected Pope Francis, becoming the first Jesuit pope and the first from the Americas. Since then, he's been shaking up the Vatican with humility, reform, and the occasional tweet that makes traditionalists twitch. March 13th, 1933. Banks in the US reopened after FDR's bank holiday, a bold move to stop financial panic during the Great Depression. He followed it with a radio address to reassure the public. Something we might consider trying again, assuming we can get anyone to sit still without scrolling. March 13th, 1946. The US Army tested its first rocket in New Mexico, marking a small step for rockets, but a giant leap toward the Cold War arms race. It was also the unofficial launch of humanity's obsession with sending metal tubes into space. Money be damned. March 13th, 1986. Microsoft went public, instantly making Bill Gates very rich and setting the stage for decades of awkward PowerPoint transitions and inevitable software updates at the worst possible moment. And finally, March 13th, 1996. The Dunblane School Massacre in Scotland. A horrific tragedy that led to sweeping gun control laws in the UK. A sobering reminder that tragedy doesn't have to lead to inaction. It can lead to real change, at least in some places. That's it for March 13th. If you enjoyed the episode, subscribe, leave a review, and remember, history doesn't just echo. It sometimes screams in the background while you're trying to check your stock portfolio. See you tomorrow.